Wow, that is incredible, and it's amazing to feel that I've probably been involved in at least half of them. That's scary. That is scary.
I've probably been involved in them, to be honest, about a fifth, I would say.
A fifth of yeah, that's pretty accurate, I would say. But then again, you do more on TTTV as well than I do nowadays. You do F1, League One, and League Two. I'm pretty sure you commentate over F2 as well, and you also have a role in CRC. So you do a lot more than I do nowadays.
I do a lot more. It's like I'm not really missed, to be honest, on this channel. But obviously, I couldn't be more happier, I think, here in TTG. And covering the action out on track, I just want to cover the action. I just want to be as best as commentator as possible. And I know Kieran has been around a long time compared to where I have been. But it's good learning from a very good commentator, I can tell.
Oh, stop it, you! I didn't. There's your 20 quid for saying that. Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, I've been around since December 2017 on the channel. That's a long time. And back then,
I didn't even start commentating then.
Well, that was season 7. We're on to season 17 now.
Wow.
My 11th season here in TTL. It's just incredible to see how far it's come, and now we're live streaming practice sessions. It's just amazing, really. And I also want to give a big shout out to Honey Badger, who is almost our director in TV. He's pretty much telling us what to do, what to say, what graphics we're showing, and he's in control of the live stream at this moment in time. So this is his chance to give us a little bit of practice and to show off some of those graphics, those beautiful graphics that have been made. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed tonight's race, Honey. Hopefully we don't mess about and screw up too much for you. But yeah, fingers crossed. 13 minutes to go in the session. Rafa and I believe Shapalele have joined back into the practice session. Rafa is now back out onto track with a 118.5. I did see someone just improve there, and it was Carsbury. P7 now, 119.2 as the other McLaren of Bentley comes out onto track.
Yeah, just catching a ball with the end of Carsbury's lap. Very, very nice on the lap, and especially through the final sector and through that final chicane, hitting it to absolute perfection. And that's what you need. You don't want to take off. You don't want to take too much curb, because otherwise you'll either invalidate. Otherwise, as Recon goes quicker to an 18.1 on a set of mediums. Wow.
That's not bad at all, really, is it, for Recon there? The Dutchman always finds something else up his sleeve. Just when you rule him out, he absolutely puts in a lap time to remember. And I'm going to be honest with you, he's my pick for pole position today. He's just such a quick one-lap driver. Race pace is also pretty quick as well. I mean, he is the reigning champion. He's proven it on track. But so many of those pole positions have helped him and guided him to those victories. He's just absolutely quick in this one.
He's so consistent as well on performance. I think usually when you see him out on track, he always produces those performances, as I just see Carsbury take a completely different version of the track. They're the MotoGP version. But yeah, Recon, very consistent, and to be honest, he has been the pinnacle, I think, of what TTL F1 is all about. He's the defending champion coming in to this season. Didn't really have the best race in the first race, but there's a lot of consistency that can be proven, and we saw last season, I think 4 drivers going into the final couple of races about 20 points apart. Recon only coming out on top, I think, in the final race of the season. That's what he can do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just a great driver to watch as well. Rafa, I'm sure, will be pushing him all the way. But we can't forget about Thomas, who won the last race, who got pole position in the last race. Be interesting to see how he gets along with just 11 minutes of practice to go. Just to give you a quick rundown of the stream schedule, if you like. The practice stream will end, which will give myself and James a little bit of a 5-minute break before we'll be back live for qualifying and the Spanish Grand Prix. 33 laps here. And I hope you can join us and hope you can stick around for the whole thing. It'll be great to have you along. Rafa just improves their 118.4 now on a set of medium tyres. There's a Williams coming across the line. I believe that is Shapalele. 119.050 from him so far. I'm just having a look out on track about how many cars there are. I count 8. That could be wrong though.
There is...
Well, there's 9 now, as we've got a Renault coming out of the pit lane. And that is Recon. Actually, Recon... He tricked me there. I thought he was going to come out on a set of soft tyres, but he's just changed back to mediums. I thought that was the moment we see a qualifying run, but not just yet. Well, I think we might have to wait till qualifying to see qualifying runs, James.
We will have to wait until then. I'm going to try and nick another interview in. Let's get Colsbury in, because I know he said in the comments, and I've just literally looked on the comments of the stream, he wants an interview. He's not on a lap currently, and he's still in the pits. I'll try and get him in.
That's good. Yeah, we always prefer when they're in the pit lane, not driving and talking at the same time. But let's see if he'll join into our lovely commentary box here. We're just over 9 minutes to go. It is still Recon at the top of the table, with Bentley in second place, and Rafa rounds out the top three. We're riding on board with Bentley at this moment as we go through turn 9, onwards now towards turn 10. And again, it's a heavy braking zone, the harshest braking zone on the track, and the slowest corner as well here at the Circuit de Catalunya through 11 and 12. The undulations there can unbalance the car if you're not careful. And you've just got to watch out for the traction here as we make our way onwards now towards turn 13 through 14 and 15, which will then close out the lap. And just as I'm commentating over this last part of the lap, yeah, I pre-called it. Bentley's coming into the pit lane. Ah, what a shock. What a shock.
He was well down on this time, I think, as well, when he was coming into the pit, so it really wouldn't have mattered. But an 18.4 from him. Rafa only about 500ths off in terms of practice times currently, and again, I bear in mind as Rafa actually goes wide into turn 3, that was. Don't take this on face value, because qualifying is always going to be that little bit quicker. You should see from Recon lap currently, if he goes on for set of mediums in qualifying, I would say you would see a 17.3,